Again, very welcome and swagatam in the area of Maharshi Jayaprasad Gupta and Maharshi Jayaprakash Gupta, the disciple of Maharshi Khanad. And you are viewing YouTube channel or at one, ffbmd. And a lecture series on research methodology is going on this channel. And again, in the previous lecture, we have some question and answers prepared by the associate professors of Banauli International University, proposed Banauli Susan, and International Movie Research Center, Banauli Susan. Now let's keep on those questions and answers related to research work so that every researcher should be benefited from this. So in the line, the next question is, before preparing the final write of your research work, you have the practice of discussing the silent feature of your findings with a few other researchers. How are you benefited from this? Now let's go to the answer of this question. After you have completed a piece of work, we find it is a good practice to discuss with your colleagues the important findings that you have made. I have always realized that I got a better understanding of what I have done when I tried to explain to my colleagues about my work in convincing way. The very act of speaking of what you have done removes the cobwebs in your understanding. I always make it to give a seminar on my work to larger audience before submitting it to a journal for publications. I feel this is a very good and helpful practice. Now the next question is, enjoy doing research and approach. Enjoy doing research and approach. It is an entertainment and a mode of getting happiness. This is the suggestion to the underprivileged, weak and malfunction researchers. Please prove it for the benefit of these researchers. In what way will this be helpful to a such type of researcher? In any human enterprise, it is important that one likes what one does. The hard work that you have put in a problem does not tire you and rest. Be assured, if you approach a research problem with joy, and you will get a good result. Publication of that result and acceptance that you get from your colleagues becomes secondary. The satisfaction that you obtained by doing a job well is a reward by itself. I would say that youngsters should have this attitude towards whatever they do. The next question is, publishing in a reported journals is a dream or prestige for many physicists or scientists or researcher groups. What are the secret of What are the secrets for regular publication in reputed journals? What type of problems one has to take up for getting published in top level journals? With journals like top level journals, one must remember two things. First, always try and make a case of the general interest of your results. The commonest grounds for rejection is lack of broad interest. This is very subjective, of course, and being Indian does not help. But still, at the outset, one should make an attractive statement of general scope of one's work. That is, try to answer this hypothetical question: why should someone not doing research in this exact narrow subfield be interested in the reading those papers? Second point is persistence. Second point is persistence. Take all criticism of the paper seriously and don't reply needlessly aggressively to the referrers, and try to answer all the criticism then resubmit, and don't give up till the last round. Next question is, how could a beginner of research come up with novel results? Where coming up with the novel results is not entirely in one's hand. There is an element of good fortune here. If the guide of young researcher can identify a problem that is technically easy to tackle but whose results can be of considerable potential interest, then there is a good chance for the young researcher to get a novel result. But this is not in the hands of the young researcher, and most often not in the hands of the guide either, as it depends on the subject, timing, etc. Next question is, to get a deep insight into the topic or problem of research, what are the ways a young researcher can follow? One should not just answer to this question is, one should not just passively read papers or books. One should try to work it all out in some detail. While reading passively, one feels one has understood, but only when one is trying to solve something does one gain any real understanding. In fact, it is a great idea to look at the title and abstract of a paper and then ask oneself how one would have attempted to work on such problem, and only then look at what the authors have done. And the last question on this series is about the research work. This is for women researchers. Who are working in the research field. Despite unavoidable task, a woman of this country you have become one of the question is, what are your advice and suggestion to young women researchers, particularly to young women researchers? Answer is, it is indeed somewhat harder for women to concentrate on career planning, especially when the children are young. One will have to accept that household tasks will always be there. The hardest thing is not really the number of hours of work one can put in, but the quality of concentration one can achieve. Here discipline comes in. Since women will probably manage to get fewer hours of academic work done every day, they need to really plan the academic work they hope to achieve every single day. So it is most beneficial to discipline oneself into shutting off all daily chores from one's mind for some hours every day. The point is to learn efficiency and to appreciate that one does not have the benefit of unlimited time, and other will make justifiable demands on your time, like children. Also, women may find it hard to pursue academic work at certain points in their life, but they must preserve the self-confidence and will to return to the academic after such times are over. They must realize that in 3-4 decades of working life, a few years is not a big deal. They should not think that a break in career is irreversible. So with this lectures, question on research methodology lecture series have been ended. And you know this all question answers were prepared by the professor and associate professors and researchers working in International Movie Research Center, Banauli, Sursan, and Banauli International University, Banauli, Sursan. Like Professor Kedar Prasad and Associate Professor Poonam Devi Prasad and Professor Jayaprakash Gupta and several others professors. And I think every researcher should enjoy this lecture series on research methodology and will get benefit from this video lecture. After viewing, they will be the original researcher, and with this I would like to end this lecture series here. Thank you for watching these videos.